Today I'm trying something a little different. I'm sitting at the desk, I'm in the lavender room, it is nighttime. So if I look a little blue, I think I'm okay, but if I look a little blue, it's because I have this light on over here and I have a light on under my camera, so that way I'm illuminated by those lights instead of the light that is above me. Today I'm going to be walking you through my design process. I thought it would be really fun to just kind of show you the process that I take. I am by no means a professional designer. I don't know how to use a bunch of fancy software. However, I do have Canva and I'm going to make a mood board, walk you through what my initial design was and how I got to the current design that I have in my brain, and I'm just going to put that latest design on a mood board. Because I'll primarily be looking at my screen so I can watch what I'm doing, I decided to make myself really small in this corner. I figured it would probably be for the best that way, but I did want to be on screen too. That way I'm not just talking into a blank screen or something that's like on the screen here. I feel like this is a little more personal. If you like this style of video, let me know in the comments. If you dislike this style of video, let me know in the comments. I don't plan on doing too many like this, but I would like to incorporate this style anytime I talk about future design projects or anything that I do primarily on the computer. First, I'm going to walk you through the initial design process that I went through in my brain. This space was incredibly difficult for me to work through, and just the design for this room just never came to me. It was never something like, oh, I'm looking at this room, I immediately know how I want to redesign this space, which is something that I experience pretty frequently in other spaces that I want to redo, which is lovely for those, but not so much for this particular space. So what I decided to do was take a full photo of the room, and this was just while I was working in it. I did have other photos, but I wanted something as straight on to this wall as possible. And from there, I created this mock-up here. I asked Jared how he would feel about the room being pink, and he said, go for it. And I said, okay, I'm so excited. He was down for a pink room. So this was my jump start on, wow, okay, let me start designing. The floor photo that I have here at the bottom, these are from a photo that I took at a store. There's a store pretty close by that allows you to bring samples home. I'm really excited. That is where I'm going to be sourcing samples for the floor and probably purchasing flooring from, but I want to make sure that I clear out the whole room completely before I even start thinking about renting samples. So the floor that you see here is just some photos from flooring that I liked at the store, and I duplicated that flooring to kind of give me an idea in this space. I actually went back to the floor store after I recorded this video and took some photos of flooring options that I loved. The floor that's in the mock-up is called Goodall, which is one of the floor options that I've included in the photos from the latest trip to the store. I didn't pull samples to bring home yet, but I'm happy to have an idea of colors and pricing for this design stage. This color here, I'm not committed to the pink, and in fact, as we move forward through this video, you'll see that this has changed. And I wanted to do some sort of a wainscoting here, so I took some images of some pine boards and duplicated it to kind of give me an idea of what that would look like in the room. So this is the general idea, the general vibe that I'm going for in this space, and I love it. I love it. This got my creative brain to just flow, and I'm super proud that I have this start off point so that way I could move forward with what is now going to be the latest design. And who knows if that's what's actually going to end up at the end result, but it is what I'm hoping for. And I got some really great materials for free. I was just over the moon. Fun story about redesigning this space. I actually put this mock-up together one night, and then the next day Bart Komar from the Komar Project dropped a note in one of our group chats asking if anyone wants a bunch of cedar that he was removing from inside of his house, and I immediately jumped on it because I mean, I just saved hundreds of dollars in materials.
All right, Chicago makers. We got cedar, free cedar, 3/4 inch tongue and groove. I think it's 5 inches wide. So this is the inside of our sunroom. So it's never seen the outside. We got a bunch of it. If you want it, hit me up.
It couldn't have been better timed. So thank you, Bart. I have some footage with Bart that I will be sharing throughout the room makeover process. That's going to be shared in later videos, so stay tuned for that. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss those and you don't miss the actual reveal of the bedroom. It's going to be great. So from that initial pink idea, I just really started thinking about ways that I wanted to make over this space, and it got me thinking about this incredible design by Baker Blooms on Instagram. She hand painted this gorgeous floral mural, and I thought, wow, what if I did something like that? It's this really beautiful watercolor inspired mural. She spent weeks, if not a month or maybe 2, working on this beautiful piece of art in her entryway. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. And I really wanted to maybe do something similar to that. I presented the idea to Jared and he did not love it as much as I did. So I kind of just started thinking about, okay, well now I'm on the floral train and I want to continue being on that train. So obviously, if he's not in love with the idea the way that I'm in love with the idea, I'm not going to proceed with spending that much time on an idea that he's just going to be like, oh, this is nice, good job. So I started looking for wallpapers and I found some that I really love. I went to Wall Blush and found a couple of wallpapers. The one that I really like and the one that I'm probably going to be going with, Jared didn't love at first, so whenever I got the sample, I ordered 3 separate samples. The wallpaper that I decided to go with is called Anna. They have a white and a tan option. I only purchased the sample of the white, but after really looking at it online, I think I'm gonna buy a sample of the tan because I think that will go better with the colors that I want in this room. I'm probably going to purchase that after I decide on a floor color. Here I'm pulling the wood paneling just so that I know that that is in my brain. That's my idea of what I've got going on here. This will be painted. The cedar that I have currently is painted. It needs to be stripped and sanded. It will be painted over because I don't want too many wood tones in this room, but I want to bring some wooden elements which will be on the floor, and I might do a beam. I've been really thinking about beams in this house. I know they're very trendy right now. I don't necessarily want to go for super trendy modern, but I do like the look of beams, and I think that if I wanted to practice a beam anywhere, it would be in the primary bedroom, but we will see. The beam is on hold. It's just an idea for now. I did find this chair rail. This chair rail is something that I saw on, I believe, Lowe's, and I can't really decide if I want to go with this particular type or if I want to go with something a little more intricate. What I'll do here is actually duplicate this. So this is the general idea that I have for the wall that has the door on it. I am keeping the trim. I quite literally never finished my thought from that sentence, but I am keeping all of the trim, so the baseboards and whatnot will be going back in the room. They will probably also be painted the pink or red or cream that I choose for the rest of the room. I'm going to add the floor option that I really loved. This is the photo that I got in its entirety, so paste that here and paste a couple of samples of pink. What I like about this pink is that it's not super overpowering, but it's still very much a pink. I do like a lot of those beigey pinks though, so I'm just going to play around with some samples. I brought my wallpaper sample to multiple paint stores to get an idea of paints that may work best with the wallpaper, and I tried to pull colors from the wallpaper and the flowers just so that I could get a cohesive look. I also accidentally messed up and opened a Pharaoh and Ball pamphlet. Oh my god, I fell in love with this color and sent the poor Benjamin Moore guy on a wild goose chase, but I did end up buying that color just so that I could try it out. I also tried out Sherwin-Williams Color Match on the app and put together these palettes that I love. I didn't really think about pulling the red colors from this wallpaper, but this is definitely something that I'm thinking about now. The tongue and groove cedar plus the trim will be painted in one of these colors, and the upper parts of the wall are likely going to be white. I've included this rough mock-up just to help you envision what the other walls are going to look like. So this is my mood board. I think this will be really beautiful once it's finally executed. It's going to take a while before I can get to the pretty part of this bedroom makeover due to permit issues and things of that sort. Now that you understand what the design is going to be, let me tell you a little bit about the progress where I'm at on the room currently, so that way you kind of know what to expect over the next few weeks/months. I'm still learning all of this, and it's been quite a process to learn and understand all of this. But basically what happened was I opened the wall because I saw that there was mold and I wanted to confirm that I didn't have any termites. Whenever I took all the plaster off that wall, I realized very quickly that I have a lot of rot that needs to be replaced. So I called the permitting office for my city, and the guy came out, he looked at everything, and he said that I need permits, which is understandable, and I want to do this by the book. I want to do this the right way. I want to make sure that our house is structurally sound and able to be sold whenever we do move eventually. So just wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up there, and I have to apply for a permit. I do have the permitting paperwork that I've started, and there's a lot that needs to be submitted in order to even get the process of a permit in motion. So I need my application, which I'm holding. I've got it in my hand. It's very simple, just a little like 4-pager, nothing crazy. Seems pretty standard to me. If I had to take a guess of what a permit application would look like, this is exactly what I would think. The time commitment is the fact that I need 2 sets of detailed plan showing what's currently in the space, what is proposed, dimensions of the rooms, current and proposed locations for windows, doors, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC, and proposed use of each room. So that's gonna take me a while because I have to draw everything up. I'm really happy that I didn't get rid of my architecture/blueprint style paper because I will be using that pretty heavily in the next few weeks. I think I'm actually going to do a video talking about my plans that I draw up. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that part of the process. I think it would be interesting to share. I'm trying to share things that I haven't really seen a bunch of in the space. I'm not an expert. I'm simply just learning and willing to share what I'm learning with all of you. And I feel like if I'm going through it, either somebody else is probably going through this, has been through it, and may have some tips, or, you know, maybe you are looking to tackle a big renovation and you don't know where to start with permits either. So that's the idea behind this sort of content that I could be sharing in the future. But all of that to say, it's gonna be quite a process in order to get permits. Where the room is currently and what I've decided for moving forward. Obviously, I don't have x-ray vision, so I can't see through the plaster to see what needs to be done. And the permit guy told me that I should have applied for a permit before I even opened a wall. But I can't not open a wall to apply for the permit because I can't see what needs to be redone. So it's kind of this vicious cycle of I need a permit to do things, but I can't apply for a permit without knowing the scope of work. So what I've decided that I'm going to do is take down the ceiling wallpaper that is there currently for the rest of the ceiling, assess where the mold is, and see how much of the plaster actually has to be removed. And then I'm going to cut out the areas that have any mold. So that way I can apply for the permit with the proper amount of work that is there. I already know the big wall, obviously. I have another wall that's got some mold on it that needs to come down. I have a wall that has an electrical outlet that needs to be redone. And then, of course, the ceiling has some mold, and I have one wall that is interior that I just need to understand what's going on that wall and if I need to do anything beyond cosmetics to that wall. So a lot of work to be done just to get to the permit, so that way I'm approved to begin building and demoing and all of these other things. So lots to come on the bedroom. I have no idea what my new timeline is going to be. I really wanted to get this room done realistically by Christmas, but that's just not happening in any capacity. So I think that my newest timeline will probably be like March 2024 to finish this bedroom completely, which is crazy to me. There's also a ton of electrical that has to be done for this room, and that in and of itself is just a whirlwind. I'll probably go over the electrical in a future video once I really wrap my head around everything that needs to be done. But just an FYI for anyone in the Chicagoland area or northern Illinois, it sounds like it's just the Chicagoland area. If you are running new electrical by the book, everything has to be conduit. It can't simply be Romex. I do not know why. I know Bart has to deal with the same situation that I'm dealing with. So it sounds like the Chicagoland area is one of the crazy places that just require conduit to be run throughout the entire house. And I was told by the permit guy, if you open the wall, you own it. So I don't want to open too many walls because I don't want to own full electrical for this house right now, because that is a hefty price tag. But I will go deep into the electrical side of things after the permits have been acquired. After I understand what needs to be done with the walls, then I'll come through and talk about electrical. In the meantime, what you can expect for the next couple months is additional demo on the bedroom, getting those cedar planks ready, really testing out different colors, and I'll probably be doing a bunch of pretty progress throughout the rest of the house. So please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications so you don't miss those videos. Give this video a thumbs up, and please leave me a comment if you like this style of video. If you're interested in more like this, please let me know. If you hate this style of video and you don't want any more of this, please let me know so that I know not to do them again. But I do have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's something that I'm really focused on. So please subscribe, check to make sure you're subscribed. Share this video with your friends if you'd like to, and I will catch you next week for another renovation.